Hey everyone, welcome back to Crafting Kindness. We're going to be working on a couple of different ways to do a ray or web effect that are inspired by ResinCourses.com by Micas. I'm using today Julie Cuts' bloom paste from Julie Cuts from Pouring Your Heart Out, and I'm making this pretty opaque. And the reason is today I'm going to be using mica powders to color my resin, and micas are pretty heavy. So I'm using a bit more than what's recommended on the bloom paste bottle of 1 drop per 10 grams. I'm using about twice as much as that. So here I'm going to mix my first mica. It's Coral Peony from Laura's Art Corner. It's this beautiful, vibrant, kind of like dark coral, shimmery red. Not red, but coral, shimmery red. It's really pretty and deep. So I'm mixing that up really well. Both of my mica powders, you'll see I mix up really well. You want to make sure that you do this so that none of your mica powder pieces are just kind of stuck left floating. So my second mica there is Purple Lotus from Laura's Art Corner, and this is a really, really gorgeous purple color shift color. And again, I'm going to mix this up really well. You'll see that I accidentally spilled a little bit of mica powder on my mold there, and in just a second you'll see that I'm going to flip my mold around so that doesn't get in my pour yet. So, and I'll clean that up before I actually use that spot. So again, just mix really well when you're using mica powders. So at this point I'm going to start pouring. So I'm going to get my clear resin, and on these I am going to start with these first two, one in each color, by pouring the colored mica around the edge of the corner or around the edge of the mold until it's all gone. And I'm going to keep going pretty much on the edge because I don't want to fill it all the way up to the center. And then I'm going to take some white, make 2 circles around, and then fill it up with clear. It's pretty simple. Again, colored mica ring. I'm going to ring that pretty much keeping around the edge so it stays out of the center, and then I'm going to pour a couple rings of white around over the top of the mica color, and then I'm going to dump clear in the center to push that out, and that's literally it. Super easy. After these close up for a little while, you'll see a little bit later in the video that I put my decorative center in. I usually wait to do my decorative center in these until they've closed up so I can tell exactly where that pattern is closing into, so it doesn't look off-centered in the final product. So this is just going to be on a little bit of a time lapse for just a minute, and while I get my next one ready. Welcome back as we get ready for our next poured coasters in this web ray effect. Just quick mention that as you saw me torching during the time lapse, that's simply only to kind of pop the air bubbles at the surface. So, and if you're going to do that, do it super quick and keep it away from the mold. You just don't want to flash cure your resin or get your resin stuck to your mold. So here I'm mixing up my colors the same as we did before. And for this technique, we're gonna have just a different pour order here. So we're gonna start with a clear ring. Then we're gonna dump our mica ring on top of that. We're gonna have a clear push. And then we're gonna do a white ring over the mica color, and then a small other clear push. Just a quick note, as you're doing the white ring around this mica color, notice that I'm really careful not to get that white near the edge. And if the white gets near the edge, what happens is it sticks to the edge there and then kind of sinks down to the bottom and shows up on your finished side on the back. So I'm very purposeful in trying to keep that white ring just on top of the mica color and not on that edge, because I want the mica color to be my edge color on the finished side. So you see me here dropping my decorative centers. And on my bottom two coasters, I went ahead and kind of swirled the design a little bit in the middle over my decorative centers. I'm going to wait to do that until it finishes closing on my top coasters here. And I give it a little swirl just so it looks a little bit more finished and a kind of a finished pattern in the center there. So let's take a peek at what we got. So the first two was our colored mica ring first. And on these, we got a beautiful kind of veining, feathery look. You'll see again that we have very thin striations that are there. It's a really gorgeous effect, and we have something very different on the top ones where we started with a clear ring. So this clear ring effect really gave us more of that really pretty web effect. Looks a lot like a spider web. It's really cool looking. Much more defined, distinctive pattern on those. Thank you so much for joining Crafting Kindness today. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy!